Heidelberg, Germany. Two of his proudest achievements were obtained while in the Army, earning the Expert Field Medic Badge and the Air Assault Wings. While a soldier in Heidelberg, he studied economics at the University of Heidelberg. James is a career academic that has taught for universities in China, Germany, and in the U.S. from Hawaii to Pennsylvania. He is retired as a doctoral professor in strategy and planning from the joint appointment at the University in Berlin and Humboldt University in Berlin. He has also been a consultant to Fortune 100 companies in Hong Kong, China, Taiwan, France, Switzerland, and Germany. James was the founder and director of both the Santa Fe Business Incubator in New Mexico and the New Mexico Technology Incubator. James was a board member on both the Los Alamos and the Sandia National Labs Technology Commercialization offices. Dr. Pruitt has published over 125 peer-reviewed academic journals, articles, 31 book chapters, and co-authored 2 textbooks. He is a recipient of numerous Research Professor of the Year awards, Teaching Professor of the Year, and Professor of the Year honors. James also received many Best Paper and Best Presentation Award at the academic conferences across the globe. James' degrees include the doctorate in Business Administration and a doctorate in Advanced Mathematical Modeling. He is happily married to Colonel, retired United States Army, Dr. Daphne Pruitt, and they live right here in Jellico, Tennessee. And with his mother, Sue Brown, and the most important family member, Bella, a 5-year-old Yorkshire Terrier. He and his wife are also proud members of this Jellico Honor Guard. If you would, please welcome Dr. James Pruitt.
Thank you, Kev. Thank you, Kevin. For some reason, he made it sound like I've done something, and I really haven't. But anyway, we're here today, 106 years ago today, 11:11 a.m., November 11th, 1918. The war to end all wars, the Great War, ended. In 1920, the American Legion, of which all of the Honor Guard are members of, they lobbied Congress to have Armistice Day, which started the next year. Fast forward, there was a little conflagration that started in 1935 in Asia called World War II. After the end of World War II, in 1954, October 8th, President, former General of the Army, Dwight David Eisenhower, signed legislation that changed Armistice Day to Veterans Day as we know it today. They changed it because America is one of the few countries in the world that actually honors our war dead on Memorial Day, and then we have another day to honor veterans on today, November 11th. And one of the things I found out looking at for this, would you believe that in 1980, the first year of Reagan's presidency, there were 18% of the United States population was a veteran. I actually had to look the number up 3 times from different sources to verify what I was reading. But today, 4% of the United States population are veterans. So there is a slight drop there. And even more unique to me, especially with having taught stats and math, less than 1/3 of 1% of the current United States population are in either active duty military, Guard, reserve, or any of the inactive components. And that is significantly down from when we had a draft. One of the things that I've been noticing that is, to me, frightening is we live in a very vapid and supercilious time where we have people that worship and make heroes out of pro athletes and play actors in Hollywood. And if you wouldn't mind, let me list some of the heroes that I have that they don't receive the recognition that they need to. And some of the heroes that I have are Dwight Markham, Harry Rich, Janie Bridges, Danny McCulley, Billy Berg, Ronnie Coit, Kevin Walden. These are people that are veterans. One of the people that I really admire is 91-year-old Robert Johnson, or as we affectionately call him, Tank Man. All of these people are on the honor guard. They gave of themselves in the military. They raised their right hand, swore to defend the Constitution with their life. Today, they're still giving back. They're giving of their time so that all of the veterans that die in the county and in the area can have military honors. And that's something that most places do not do because there is not enough people to do that. And if you don't mind, I'd like to paraphrase the great author James Michener in his classic, The Bridges at Toko Reed. Where do we find men and women such as these? Veterans today are still rightly praised for their service, and they're the ones who literally put their life on the line for all of our freedom and for the nation. If you speak to any veteran, if you know anyone on the honor guard and you talk to them, you praise them, you thank them, the first thing they're going to say is, "Oh, I was just doing my job. It was just my duty." And that is something that is it's not a fake humility. They mean it. Service is inculcated in their very spirit, in their soul. That's why they're still giving back. If you talk to them about their service, you might notice that some of them, their eyes might lock onto something in the distance, or you might see something that's playing out in their mind, and they'll talk nostalgically about what it means to form and defend a band of brothers. Everyone that's been in the military is a band of brothers. And it comes back to what Shakespeare wrote in Henry V's Crispin Crispian Fest Day speech. "From this day to the ending of the world, but we in it shall be remembered. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers. For he today that sheds blood with me shall be my brother." Whether the people that had been in the military, whether they shed blood on foreign soil, or whether they were in the States, regardless of where they were, they're veterans. They gave up something. In a lot of ways, they shed blood, whether it was physical or metaphorical. And for that, that's one of the reasons that we know that freedom isn't free. It's paid for by every veteran. And if you wouldn't mind, do me a favor. After this is over today, go up, shake the hands of everyone in the honor guard, thank them. They put their lives on the line and they're still giving. And I appreciate your allowing me to speak before you today.
Give it up for Dr. James Pruitt. God bless you. Thank you, sir.